Hello, Grounding Down Yoga community. Welcome to class. We've got another guest today. This is Buddy. This is my mom's dog. He's going to be helping us do some yoga today. That was totally not on cue. He just decided to come be here with us because he hears me talking. So, welcome to class, Morgan here. I'm so happy to have you here. It is early September. It's almost noon right now. High noon. Come here, Pups. Come over here. So it's a little hot today, and I am in the shade, and the line of sunlight is like slowly receding towards me. So we're gonna get practice going right away. So for class today, I've been getting a lot of special requests for a hamstring-oriented practice, a gluten hamstring-oriented practice that will eventually get us into half to full Hanumanasana, also known as splits. I was talking to my friend Kelly, who's also a member of Grounding Down. Hi, Kelly. I was at her house last night. Her young daughter asked me, can I do the splits? And I'm like, actually, I can. And that's just proof that you can be a yoga teacher and a practitioner of yoga without being able to do some of those more quintessential postures like full splits. Hypermobility and flexibility are not mutually exclusive with doing yoga. We know that. We know that at Grounding Down that yoga is this full-bodied, holistic practice that is so much more than the capabilities of our physical bodies. Yoga is mental, it is psychological, it is spiritual, it is devotional, it is disciplined, it's all the things. And I love that each of those facets can be directed right into the practice of splits. So you do not need to do splits or have full splits in your practice to take this class. I don't have full splits in my practice due to just how my body is built. So this is really a practice for all levels. If you do have full splits in your practice, no shame ever. This is going to be really fun for you. And if you're working up to finding that hamstring and hip strength and mobility that'll get you deeper into splits, that's what I'm here for. You will want to have some props for this practice. I have 2 blocks which will be helpful once we're getting deeper into the splits and the hamstring stretching. I'm sitting on a blanket. As y'all know, I love padding the knees, especially if you're practicing on a harder surface like wood or tile or something like that. Blankets are just really good for the longevity of your joint function, especially your knees. So we are going to get started with just some very, very brief meditation to drop into our bodies and into this practice together. Please find a tall seat wherever you are. Switch out the cross of your legs as you feel ready. Relax your hands on your thighs. Lengthen your spine, lift your heart, and close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Let's take a long inhale through your nose. Out the mouth. Bigger breath in. Longer exhale. Last one, fill your lungs. Clear them out. Just continue to breathe at your own pace here. If you like, you can continue to breathe in and out of your nostrils for more of an ujjayi experience. I just invite you to start to absorb all of the sounds around you. You might hear the breeze and the wind chime coming from my end. But also start to tune into the sounds that are happening around you and the time and space that you are practicing. And I invite you to set a very clear, very simple intention for your practice this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whenever you are finding this class. like a little inspiration. The spirit of splits pose of Hanuman is literally the leap of faith. Splits pose, Hanumanasana, is tied to the old story in yoga mythology where Hanuman, the monkey god, he took a leap of faith from the tip of India to Sri Lanka, across the water. In that way, Splits teaches us that we might have one foot in the past, one foot in the future. But it's all about this process of opening up, literally and physically, to the present moment. So when you feel a little bit more dropped in and ready to move forward with our practice, please join your palms at your heart. Take your time. And with your hands at your heart, bow your chin towards that space, honoring and acknowledging your commitment to this practice of yoga. And towards this commitment, let's take a deep breath in. Out the mouth. Longer inhale. Bigger exhale. Inhale to sing one Om. Release your hands down into your lap. Open your eyes. We're going to start in a seated position. Go ahead and extend your right leg out to an angle for Janu Shirshasana, separate forehead to knee pose. And if you don't have a blanket, what you can do is reach your hands underneath your glutes and just like very subtly, very gently pull your hips out from underneath you to give yourself a little bit of that tilt forward at the waist. Turn your upper body just a little bit towards this leg. If you want, you can bend this knee a little bit. I do because I have a knee injury here. Start with a long spine, open heart, big breath in. And then exhale, fold towards your leg, hinge at your waistline. Just let your hands land wherever they might be. Release your head, tuck your chin. And you all know that I love a good self-assist, so if you want that, take your your right thumb, wedge it into your right hip crease, that little crease right there. Roll your flesh down towards the earth and back a little bit as if to tack your hip and anchor it. And then see if you can lengthen your torso further away from your hip creases and find more space in your back. Deep breath in. Huge exhale. If you took that self-assist, release it. Now take your left hand, press it onto the inside of your thigh right here. Roll your thigh away from you and see if you can lean out more towards the right to feel that nice stretch of space in your side body. Splits really does take hamstrings and hip flexors to get really deep. Big breath in. Big exhale. One more, fill your lungs. Exhale, go a little bit deeper. So good, my friends. Use your hands, press yourself all the way back up to a seat. Take your left hand behind you and just open up into gate pose real quick. A Vashisthasana variation to open up through the side body. Big breath in. Exhale, cactus your top arm, roll your chest open. Inhale, straighten. And then exhale, roll your hips all the way back down. Good, everyone. So go ahead and switch legs real quick. Scooch if you've got an animal friend with you. So I just looked up at the sky and there's like 3 red hawks like right above us, just circling in this really beautiful spiral. I don't know if you could hear that, but good omens for class for sure. Okay, so gently pull your glute out from underneath you, turn your body over towards the left this time, lift your back body, open your heart, big breath in. And then exhale, fold all the way towards your leg. Remember, you can bend this knee as much as you want to. Old school variation, you would bend your knee so much to tuck your chin and bring your forehead towards your kneecap for the Janu Shirsha variation. Really nice throat lock, personal choice. We're getting deeper into hamstring territory, so flex your toes towards your shin. This firms the quad and just keeps the knee really supported as we open and stretch. Big breath in. Clear it out. One more. Fill it up. And let it go. Take your left thumb, wedge it into your hip crease, roll your hips back a little bit more, anchor. See if you can find a little bit more length, kind of lifting and waving your spine further towards your thigh. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. So bring your left hand down to the ground for support. Bring your right hand onto your right thigh and roll your thigh out a little bit. I feel this in my low back a lot, kind of in the right side of my low back. So that's the target area. Roll and then kind of turn your chest more towards your leg and lean away from your hip creases. One big breath in. Clear it out. So good. Walk your hands all the way back towards yourself. Upright position. Plant your right hand behind you. Briefly open up into gate pose. Vashisthasana. Curl your heart up towards the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, big cactus. Inhale, straighten the arm. Exhale, come all the way back around to a seat. Find tabletop pose, please. You can use a blanket for a little bit of padding. I think we're just going to work around Buddy today. He just wants to be part of it. Good boy. Okay. So stack your joints, shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees, tuck your toes. Inhale, forward cow pose, big stretch. Exhale, curl and hollow. Inhale, forward cow pose. And exhale, cat. Once more, inhale, forward cow. Exhale, cat. Alright. So in tabletop pose, spread your hands, clutch your fingertips down, lift your left leg up into a 90-degree angle, just about right behind you. Wind is picking up. Flare through your toes and start to pulse. Good, go for it. Got about 20 seconds of pulsing, lifting. We're firming the connection point of the hamstrings to the bottom of the femur, the glutes. And just pulse. Go a little faster. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it up super high. Arch your back. Breathe in. And then exhale, straighten your left leg, tuck your toes, and just kind of push through your hamstring here. Push through your leg. Okay. I'm going to get a little bit more into that glute burn before we release. Lift your left leg up again. Kind of cross it over towards the right edge of your mat. Tap your toes down. Up, to the left. Up, right. Up, left, up, right. Good. 20 more seconds. Breathe. Almost there. Feel that burn. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So now I'm going to scooch forward a little bit. What I want you to do in tabletop pose, take your left leg, step it forward. So we're kind of in this really wide lunge. Your foot is on the edge of your mat, and lean back a little bit. Ooh. So we're already in that half Hanuman shape. Curl your toes. Try to untuck your tailbone as you lean back. This is so good for your spine. Breathe in. Clear it out. Good. Come back in a tabletop pose. Sit back onto your heels for a moment. Shake out your hands and your wrists. It's windy today. I hope you can hear me okay. I might have to do some audio editing in post, but we'll see. Okay, let's do the right side, everyone. Come back in a tabletop pose. Engage your low belly. That's this like place, the soft spot right underneath your belly button. So kind of hug your pubic bone more towards your navel so you feel that engagement. And when you have that, lift your right leg up and start to pulse. Good. And go for it. Find your speed, find your breath, really lift. You might even feel a tremble in your glutes or your hamstrings. That's okay. We got 15 more seconds. Go for it. Woo! 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten your right leg, tuck your toes, lean back a little bit. You can pulse back and forth just a touch if you'd like. Good. And then lift your right leg high up off the ground. And exhale, cross it over towards the left, tap your toes. Strong glute connection, inhale up, exhale left. Right, left, good. Just find your pace with this. This is the burner. This is just targeting your outer hips, your IT bands, your tensor fascia latas. We've got 15 more seconds. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This time step your right foot kind of towards the top edge of your mat. Foot is parallel to the long edge of your mat. Lean your hips back. Curl. So you're just on your heel on this side. Big breath in and a big exhale. One more, fill it up and let it out. Come back in a tabletop pose. Tuck your toes, lift your hips right up and back for downward facing dog. Adho Mukha. Pedal it out a little bit, bend one knee and then the other. Turn your head really deeply towards the left and the right. All the normal movements here. Big breath in. And a big breath out. Good. Inhale, lift your right leg high up behind you. Briefly bend your knees, stack your hip open, peel your hip open, squeeze your hip towards your glute. Slow inhale, straighten your right leg, push a footprint towards the sky, dial your toes towards the ground, and then exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Grab your blocks. If you have them, bring them underneath your hands. I love the tall setting for what we're about to do. Inhale, look forward. And then exhale, lean back, softly straighten both of your legs. Dig your heel into the ground here like we've been doing. And then tack your right hip back, stay nice and even. Inhale, roll into your lunge, look forward. Exhale, curl back, softly straight. One more, inhale forward. And then exhale, keep this foot planted. Sink your back heel down from pyramid pose legs, also known as warrior one legs. Step your back foot in a few inches to make it a little easier. Good. Blocks are amazing here to keep your spine a little bit more parallel towards the ground. Big breath in. Exhale, fold to your degree in towards your hamstrings. And remember, in these like separate open hip postures, it's really easy to kind of let the body tug you towards the left. So to counteract that, tack your right hip back more. See if you can center your upper body towards the very middle of your sticky mat. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands forward, step into Uttanasana, forward fold. And really let yourself have this one. Grab ragdoll arms, fold in, bend one knee and then the other. So nice. Okay, I'm sure you're feeling your hamstrings. Softly bend your knees a little bit. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward, super deep. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up to standing. Push into the earth, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart, Samastitihi. Inhale, reach up and open again. Swan dive through the exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bring your blocks underneath your hands, step your right foot all the way back, and then lower your right knee down to the ground. Heel toe your left foot wide for runner's lunge. So as I mentioned, splits is, it's a lot of hamstring mobility in the front leg, but the back leg is actually all about hip flexor availability. So as promised, we're getting into both areas of your body today. Roll out onto the pinky side of this foot so you can curl your toes up, widen your knee away from you, and then lean in a little bit more towards this hip. If you'd like to go deeper, a move that we worked on last week with our hip class, you can tuck your toes, lift your knee off the ground, and just kind of hammock your hips back and forth. I love this because I feel like by lifting my knee off the ground, gravity is able to move through my hips a little bit more. This is going to require you to push down more into your blocks to stay steady. So if you have a wrist injury or if this doesn't feel good, I would keep your knee down for now. Okay. So let's move a little bit deeper. Set your blocks to the side. Go wide with your right hand. And press your left hand onto the inside of your thigh. We're going deeper into monkey lunge. We're not going to twist yet. Really focus on curling through your back and your heart space. Lift your gaze. Maybe place your hand on the nape of your neck to give yourself a little bit more courage here, more expansion. Big breath in. Big exhale. And bring this hand down. We've been here before. Sink back into kind of a diagonal half splits. This leg is going to be at a touch of a diagonal. Whew. Inhale, half lift your spine. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Find that edge. Bend this knee a lot if it feels tight. It's not worth it to tax your joints if you're not feeling available. One more breath in. One more breath out. Good. Step right back into downward facing dog, please. Down dog, keep your legs zipped up close towards each other. Inhale, spike your heels, ripple all the way forward to plank. In plank, skip the chaturanga. Untuck your toes. Move right into upward facing dog. Breathe in. Exhale, down dog. Send it back. Good. Long inhale. Out the mouth. Inhale, lift your left leg high up behind you this time. Bend your knees, stack your hip open. Squeeze your heel towards your glute. Lots of hip conscious movements here. Slow as you can. Internally rotate your thigh bone back towards your groin. Straighten your leg, curl your toes towards the ground. Long breath in. Exhale, walk or step right in between your hands. Bring your blocks underneath your palms. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, lean back. For that high lunge variation, soft straighten your front leg. Twice more with our breath. Inhale, ripple forward, lunge. Exhale, lean it back. Inhale, forward, lunge last time. Listen for the change. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Step your back foot in for pyramid legs. Blocks in the tallest setting are really nice for this one. Tack your left hip back just a little bit. Inhale, half lift your spine. Exhale, fold in a little bit deeper. Good. So take a moment to make friends with this posture. Find the setting on your blocks that feels best. Remember, if you want, you can bend this front knee a little bit to touch your forehead for a very traditional variation. Big breath in. Clear it out. Inhale, halfway lift your upper body, look forward. Exhale, step to the top edge of your mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Good. Bend your knees a little bit here. Hinge at the waist. Find the opposite hand to elbow clasp here for ragdoll. And just sway side to side. Long breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold nice and deep. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, sweep your arms up and open again. Go a little bigger here. Exhale, fold forward. All the way back down to your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bring your blocks underneath your hands. Step your left leg all the way back. Lower your back knee down. Get prepared for runner's lunge on this side. So heel toe your left foot super wide. Or sorry, right foot. Yeah, right foot super wide. And give yourself a moment to move around here and feel into this hip flexor. If you'd like to hammock this hip, tuck your back toes and just kind of push back and forth through your toe mound. See how that might feel for you. It's not for everybody. Big breath in. Big exhale. Good. Lower your back knee down. Ditch the blocks. Go super wide with your left hand. Kind of rotate your fingertips out just enough. And then push onto your right thigh to find that full kind of loop from your kneecap all the way up to the base of your throat. Big breath in. And a big breath out. Good. Carefully bring yourself back around. Lean your hips back for that half splits variation. We are so close, my friends. We're going to put all these puzzle pieces together. Flex your toes. Breathe in. Exhale, fold in. Inhale. Bring your hands forward, step back into plank pose. Kumbhakasana. Good. Tone your low abdominals, hug your pubic bone a little more consciously towards your navel. Activate the space in between your shoulder blades. Bring your right hand underneath your face. Open up to Vashisthasana, side plank. Good. Something a little different. Find tree pose. And push down more into the earth. Lift your, lift through your side body. Take your left foot, step it behind you, open up a little deeper into wild thing. Breathe in, exhale, bend both knees. Come back to down dog just for a moment. Big breath in. Big exhale. Good. Ripple forward right back into plank pose to the opposite side. Left hand underneath your face. Open up into Vashisthasana, side plank. Maybe play with tree pose variation. Push down into the ground, bow through your side body. Maybe step your right foot down and open up. Wild thing. Breathe in. Exhale, bend both knees. Come right back around to down dog. And find child's pose. Knees wide, feet together. Deep breath in. Deep exhale. Walk your hands towards your knees. Come up into a seated position. Grab a sip of water real quick. Check in with your body. Okay. Almost there, my friends. What I want us to do before we get really deep into the splits practice is take a few conscious twists. So bring your hands to your shoulders. In fact, you know what? I'm going to face you for this so you can see me. Come into a kneeling position. Good. Bring your hands right onto your shoulders. Open through your heart. Broaden your collarbones. Big breath in. Exhale, twist over towards the left. And focus on using your abdominals and your back muscles to deepen. Deepen the twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Kind of pick it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Stay turned over towards the left. Push your forearm into your thigh. Take this arm, reach it super wide behind you. And if you want, you can hold on to your knee a little bit and use the pressure of your hand into your thigh and your thigh back into your hand to open through your wings. 1 more inhale. And 1 more exhale. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, opposite side. Twist over towards the right. Hold on to your thigh. Reach your right arm all the way behind you. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Come all the way back to center. Wiggle it out. Take a seated cat-cow. If you like, maybe a seated forward fold. When you're ready, come into a kneeling position in the center of your mat. Bring your blanket underneath your knees. Blocks close by. We're getting right into our splits variations. This is going to be really, really nice. Okay, so start kind of standing up on your knees. There are so many ways to get into splits. This is just one of the ways that I think is really spacious and forgiving. So let's start with the left foot forward. So have your left foot forward. Kind of go further away from you. Bring your blocks underneath your hands right away. And just start with half splits. It's called Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. So we've been doing this posture all morning. Curl your toes. Keep your upper body pretty taut and long. No bowing or giving up. Super open in the heart. Maybe lead with your heart space and come a little bit closer towards your thigh. You'll feel that in your front hamstring. If you're ready to go deeper for fuller splits, what I want you to do is a couple of different movements. Scooch this front foot forward and kind of slide your heel forward as far as it'll go. And then tuck your back toes, lift your knee up and bring your kneecap further away. And use those two movements in tandem until you find the edge of your experience. This feels pretty good for this side. So you feel we're big in the hamstring in the front leg, big in the hip flexor in the back leg. If it feels okay, you can slide a block underneath your hamstrings here. This is more intense because we are letting gravity move through our body to find more opening in the tissues. Bend this front knee a lot if it's tender. Got 5 breaths here. Huge breath in. Huge breath out. Good. Push down. Start to gently Draw your leg back towards you. Bend your front knee a little bit. Heel toe your foot across your mat for pigeon pose prep. Place your shin down. We'll do a 45-degree angle today. Point your toes, long back body, big breath in. And then exhale, hinge forward at your waist. Come all the way down for some rest. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Tuck your back toes, press your hands down. Step right back to a three-legged dog. Bend your knees, stack your hip, peel it open. Option to stay here and enjoy the side body opening. If you'd like, you can take a second set of wild thing, pivot your dog, turn yourself inside out, lift. Big breath in. Exhale, bend both knees, come all the way back. Lower your knees. Come right up into that kneeling position. Okay, let's do the right side. So this time, step your right leg forward. Blocks are underneath your hands. Soft straighten your front leg first. See how this feels, as y'all know. I'm a believer that the sides of the body are so different and tell different stories, and you might have something completely different happening over here. Flex your toes, keep a long back, breathe in. Exhale, lean forward towards your leg. Find your edge. If you'd like to go deeper, start to scoot your front foot more forward. Good, lengthen. Lift your back knee up, lengthen it behind you. Do those two movements back and forth until you feel like you're at your edge. Don't push it, not worth it. Maybe bring a block underneath your right glute. Woo, for something a little bigger. Five breaths. Think about rolling your back thigh in towards the center of your mat. Internally rotate your back thigh. Big breath in. Huge exhale. Kind of pull up from your pelvic floor. Pull your leg towards you. Heel toe your front foot across into about a 45-degree angle. Point your toes. Rotate your upper body forward. Long heart. Open spine. Breathe in. Exhale. Hinge at your waist. Fold in for pigeon pose. This side of your body. Big breath in. Big breath out. Push your hands down, tuck your toes, lift up to a strong three-legged dog, stack your hip. Opportunity to pivot into wild thing one last time. Big heart opener. Reach for it. Breathe in. Exhale, bend both knees. Come all the way back around. Lower down to a seat. Swing your legs out in front of you. Place your blanket towards the back edge of your mat as a neck rest. Bring a block with you and just roll all the way down to the ground here. Take this block, place it underneath your low back on the lowest setting, right underneath your sacrum, and lift your legs up. Just a moment of legs up the wall here. Nice lymphatic drain. Long breath in. Long breath out. Bend both knees, plant your feet. Slide your block out from underneath you. Dip your knees side to side just for a moment. Feel that lovely feeling of chi, of prana, rushing back into your legs, into your feet. As you feel ready, just starfish your body. Take your legs wide, arms wide. If there are any other grounding postures this morning that you might need to feel fully satisfied in your practice, perhaps knees in towards the chest, or even a little happy baby for that final hamstring release, you never know. Take what you need. Just start to ease your way into your final resting posture. Thank you so much for making time for your practice with me and taking time to get deeper into your physical body and deeper into this practice. It's my honor and privilege to be here and provide these practices for you. Hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, whatever you have planned, and I encourage you to take 5 to 10 minutes of focused Shavasana. Thank you. Shavasana.